let's look at potential and kinetic energy as we dive into the world of physics. So what is potential energy? Is it just material we study in our textbooks or learn about in school? Actually, this kind of energy is found all over. Potential energy can be found driving past a water dam, or in a bow and arrow, or even sitting in a still cart on a Ferris wheel. So what is potential energy? Potential energy is the stored energy an object has because of its position. The equation is the potential energy is equal to the mass of the object times the gravitational force times the height. The higher the object, the more potential energy is present. Kinetic energy is the energy of motion. If we think about it, kinetic energy is everywhere in our lives. In the cars we see passing on the street, when we go bowling, or even riding your favorite roller coaster. So what do we need to know to understand kinetic energy? The equation is the kinetic energy is equal to half the mass times the velocity squared of an object. As the object goes faster and faster, the amount of kinetic energy increases. How are these two energies related? When potential energy is used, it is converted into kinetic energy. You can think of potential energy as kinetic energy waiting to happen. We can compare potential and kinetic energy by considering a car on a hill. When the car is at the top of the hill, it has the most potential energy, and if it is sitting still, it has no kinetic energy. As the car begins to roll down the hill, it loses potential energy but gains kinetic energy. The potential energy is converted into kinetic energy. Let's try some example problems. You will have 10 seconds to figure out each answer. Pause the video if you need more time. Number 1. What is the potential energy of a 0.229 kilogram apple hanging on a tree that is about to fall to the ground of 10 meters height? Remember the equation PE equals mgh, and g is always 9.8 meters per second squared. The answer is the potential energy is 22.5 joules. Number 2. A boy weighing 50 kilograms is running 3 meters per second. What is his kinetic energy? Remember the equation. Kinetic energy is half the mass times velocity squared. The answer is the kinetic energy is equal to 225 joules. Science is everywhere we look. We just learned about two types of energy in physics by using examples that are seen in the real world. Learning doesn't just have to be in our textbooks and assignments. It can be fun and exciting. Never stop learning.